Welcome back to Yap Sessions with your boy. Guys miss me. It's just haven't forgot about you guys, so don't think I did. I haven't. I know I've always just been saying that. I don't know. It's hard to just try to come up with things to talk about because before I was just constantly grinding it, giving you an episode every week. But I was just working a full-time job and then getting home and having to make food, clean, all that fun stuff. And then I'm tired by the time it's like 9:30, and then I'm going to bed. So I do really apologize. Not purposely ignoring you guys, is just kind of how it's been right now. I'm there's a lot of things that I've gone through, but for the most part, like I said, it's honestly has just been me working a lot and just being tired by the time that I get home and I get done eating. Especially since I've been going to the gym now. I've been going since I think like the beginning of February, I believe. And I've been consistent on that, but I go early in the morning. I always go around 6. I've been trying my best to wake up earlier, so then that way I can have a little more extra time to do a little bit more of some exercises and just some cardio mixed in there too. But I'm always going by 6, and don't get me wrong, I'm still putting in some workout, so I'm not like going in at 6:30, 6:40 and not doing shit. I'm doing something. I feel healthier. I felt like I've lost some weight. But yeah, on the scale, it's not really moving. Nor, I can kind of feel it with my clothes, and a little bit on my face. But I don't know. Maybe, I am only, I'd say, a little over a month and a half in, so I'm not expecting to see crazy results. So that could also be the thing. But it's not what we're here to talk about. I've actually been listening to a book. I've actually been listening to a lot of audiobooks. There's still many that I've been listening to. There is one called, a new one that I just came across, and it was like, let me double check. It had to do with something with your ego. Oh, come on. Oh, ego is the enemy. And so far, I haven't bought it yet. I just listened to the preview, and let's just say I know I'm gonna like it. But this new book that I've been listening to, it's called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. I think is how you pronounce the author's name. This is a book that has been very highly recommended by a lot of people. A lot of artists, artists, authors, and whatnot that I've listened to. Many have referred to this book, and at first I was like, well, what about the book is so special? I can see why the book is very special. Honestly, we'll get right into it. Excuse me. Because the first law has to talk about the law of pure potentiality, or the source of all creation. This law states that at our core, we are pure consciousness, limitless potential, and infinite creativity. When we connect with this inner self rather than identifying with ego-driven desires, we access a state of peace, confidence, and abundance. Which, I know it was funny because with the ego is the enemy, or that other book that I was talking about, and this one, they correspond. Because with this one, with the first law, when it was talking about ego Ego is just the mask you wear to, like, in society. That's all it is. It's just the mask that you wear for society. It's who you're trying to be when deep down it's not really you per se. But sometimes you let your egos just control you sometimes. And it's always a mask you wear. Because then when you're in a comfortable situation and you act yourself, you're not acting with your ego. You're just being yourself. You're being your true self, especially when it's spiritually. Once you start acting like yourself spiritually as well, you are completely different. Like, you forgive more, you understand more, you listen more, and sometimes you talk less but also talk more to just like give advice and just conversate. And someone who has a very high ego may not want to listen because they're bigger than you, they're better than you, or they may not want to engage in the conversation because, again, they're better than you and everything. But until they get comfortable with you and they're actually just themselves spiritually, like you see them and they're a lot calmer. They listen. They're a real human being. That's kind of what the book has been talking about, because this is really, like how it said, more on the spiritual side of things, not just like the manifestation and like the physical success and whatnot. This is more having to do with your spiritual self. And to reach some of that, this is how you can apply this law honestly in your life. Practice meditation and silence. Spend time with quiet reflection daily to connect with your true self. I know it was talking about with like the silencing. I mean, both meditating and just sitting in silence are kind of the same thing. Kind of, not really. But with the silence part, it said if you don't have like much time throughout your day, take 30 minutes and literally just sit in silence. Don't engage on your phone. Put your phone away or in another room so you don't have to go and try to look at it. The lights, like, literally just sit in silence, because the minute that you try engaging with anything, you're breaking the silence, because now your mind's going to be focused on what you're trying to engage on. Literally just sit in silence. And I know in the book, I'm not all the way done with it, but on the book, I do remember hearing how it says just by sitting in silence, you almost feel at peace. And like when you first do it, it's gonna feel weird because you're like, well, silence, like this and this. But once you actually completely just sit in silence, you silence your mind, you basically try to disengage with anything and just sit in silence, and you'll feel more peaceful. Embrace non-judgment. Refrain from labeling experiences or people as good or bad. This opens you to deeper awareness. And I know he was saying where if for some reason you're just feeling judgy for like the next hour or two, just stop. Don't judge people at all. And like, and you'll honestly just see a difference. I mean, just let them live. Don't just like hyper fixate on them and be like, oh, well, John is this and that you're instantly judging. Just let them, just don't judge. And you'll honestly probably feel even more at peace because you weren't judging. You just went on with your day, really. And spend time with nature. Observing nature's effortless flow helps align you with pure potential. That's why I cannot begin to tell you guys, if you can, if you have the ability to, honestly, just go outside. And I'm not even saying it like in a mean way, like, oh, go touch grass, which, I mean, you should, but in a non really like mean way, it's go outside, go for a walk, sit at the park. If you have a porch, if you have a balcony, grab a chair and just sit down and just stare into life. Just look to see how things operate. And you almost have a different understanding of the world itself and how just things flow. Like, have you ever just, let's say you were at a park and you were just sitting down and just, you weren't touching your phone, you weren't engaging in anything, you just sat down and felt the wind howling in your ears, just felt the breeze going through your hair, the kids playing around, the dogs barking, birds chirping. You just see the trees swaying, just the leaves moving. And then you just see a bird go from one tree to a next, or from a tree all the way to the grass. And you're just looking at life flow. And it's almost peaceful. You're just like, wow. It's really peaceful. You're not engaging in anything else. You're just watching, almost just being observant of your surroundings, but not hyperfixated on, oh, this and oh, that. Oh, you're just watching life flow like a river. Have you ever just sat by a lake, or like in a bathtub, or really anywhere that you can see water flow, and you kind of just, and it's very calming, very relaxing. You kind of just shut up and look at the water flowing. You're like, wow, this is cool. Like, this is just relaxing. Just, it flows. And that's how, to me, that's really peaceful, if I'm going to be honest. But anywho, on to law 2, the law of giving and receiving, the flow of energy. This law emphasizes that the universe functions in a continuous exchange, whether it's money, love, appreciation, or time. When you give freely without expectations, you keep abundance circulating in your life. And here's how to apply that law. Give something every day. It can be a compliment, a small gift, or a kind act. Have you guys ever, just one day, like, let's say if you're at work, let's say if you work in retail, whether you're a cashier or a stalker, or like in the deli, something, and you see a lady walk by, or you see a gentleman walk by, and let's say with a gentleman, they have a nice suit on, or they have some cool socks, or a woman has some nice nails, and you just look at them and you just compliment them. You just say, oh my God, I love your nails. Oh my God, I love that suit. Like, that looks nice on you. Oh my God, I love those socks. And you, like, the way people will just brighten up, and you're just like, wow, I just made someone's day. That little small compliment that you gave them just made their day. They could have been very insecure about their nails, or very insecure about their hair, that they were just so depressed about it. But you just coming in out of nowhere, you don't even know them, just out of nowhere saying, oh my God, I love your nails. Where'd you get them done? Or, oh my God, I just love the pattern on them, or whatever. I love the color. I love how the color matches with your vibe. All of a sudden, bam, they will forget about their hair. they're looking at their nails like, oh my God, I someone just complimented me on my nails. And that little small gesture, that little small compliment can go a long ways. Have you ever been complimented that and let's say it was your work. Let's say at work you were just busting your ass and feeling like a great day, and all of a sudden your boss comes in and shows appreciation, say, hey, I see how hard working you were today. I appreciate that. Like, thank you. I really love that. Even that little small gesture, you're like, oh my God, thank you. Like thank you. I wasn't expecting that, but thank you. And receive with gratitude. Welcome love, kindness, and help from others without guilt. Never feel guilty. Because then when you feel guilty, you feel like you have to give back. Or then you feel like you don't deserve it. And trust me when I'm telling you this, I feel that. I feel that deeply when it comes to not accepting love, kindness, really a lot of things, because I have a very low self-esteem, a very low image of myself. I don't really sorry to getting emotional. Sorry. Man. I'm gonna stop the recording really quick. I apologize for that, guys. I don't know. Just got emotional. Just saying how I don't really love myself. It's hard for me to love myself, so it's almost hard to accept compliments, accept anything like that, because of the low image, low everything that I have for myself. That I'm just like, no, you're lying. Like, I'm not like that. Like, stop lying. Even though they could genuinely mean it, I'm just like, stop lying. Like, sorry. got a little emotional there, so I apologize for that. Yeah, but keep the energy moving is another way to apply this practice. Holding on to emotions, grudges or material possessions blocks flow. Learn to release them. Like, if you're always angry, why? Calm yourself. Relax yourself. Why are you always so anxious? Relax yourself. Relax your shoulders. You got a big test tomorrow. That's very fucking nerve-wracking. I can understand why your anxiety is going through the roof. Relax yourself. You'll be all right. Everything will be okay. And if you're mad at someone, if you hold a grudge because because they were mean at you, they were mean to you all of a sudden, or they betrayed you, let it go. Don't let it just trap your head, because then you're almost never going to be yourself, or you're going to probably see a different side of you that you don't know about, that you're obviously even scared about, because you're over there wondering, damn, like, why am I that angry towards that person? My bad. Because a lot of it has to do with just like closure. Like, something, like, depending on what it is that closure. You just want, when something is never closed, it's always kept open. You just want closure. You need the closure. Like, if you want to break up with me, break up with me. Just stop, like, having our emotions go everywhere. If you want to stop being my friend, just stop. Tell me. I need that closure. And I know that can be hard when it comes to never receiving the closure, or like in this case, like grudges. You're pissed at someone for treating you the way they did at work, and and you're just pissed, or the way your parents treated you, or the way your siblings treated you, and you're always just, you start becoming more so angry at life. Not even, it's not even geared towards them anymore. You're just angry at life because, well, my parents treated me this way and I fucking hate them. I wish they can fucking die, and I wish I can this or they can that because this is it. And you're always going to be angry at it. Don't let it not fog, but like, what's the right term? Drown your mind. That's really a better way to say it. Clog. That's like the word I was trying to find. Don't let it clog your mind. Because when you get revenge, what do you actually gain? You gain nothing. Your short-term like gratification, maybe. You get that, oh yeah, I did this, I feel better, I got my revenge. And then what? That's it. Congratulations. You either made the situation worse or that's it. Like why was it such a big deal? And look, that's it. On to law number 3. The law of karma. Cause and effect. Every action, thought, and intention sets a cause into motion, which creates a corresponding effect. The energy you put in the world eventually returns to you. By making conscious choices, you shape your destiny. Here's how to apply this law in real life. Be mindful of your decisions. Before acting, ask yourself, how will this choice affect me and others? And that is with anything. Literally anything. Like if you want to write that mean post about, I don't know, about Justin Bieber, or that was like a little, kind of like a little funny one, but you wanna steal $20 from your mom out of her purse, and you just do it without even thinking it. Without even thinking you'd even get caught. And then all of a sudden you got caught. And she's very pissed at you. And then you get your dad talk to you, and then you have that whole spiral to the point where now you feel bad, or now your mom hates you, or something. And obviously there's many, many other examples. I'm just using like that type of example. Or, I mean, really with anything. With anything else. I know it just seems very, very general, but like, let's say if you're kind of a weirdo and you want to just go talk to a girl, but what you want to say to her has nothing to do with her looks. You're checking out her ass, and you want to tell her, hey, you have a fat ass. Ask yourself, is that really appropriate to say? And would that even go well? Because maybe you may feel very ego driven, like, yeah, I'm gonna get her. But what if you just now made her very uncomfortable? And now for her feeling very uncomfortable, let's say it was at the mall, she gets a security guard to come up to you and kick you out for being weird. Or you get the cops call on you for harassing her because you made her feel that uncomfortable. Because at a young age, she got that word as a young girl, or she has a boyfriend, and you saying that just made her very uncomfortable. Or just in general, it was just the approach, everything was uncomfortable. And now it's that domino effect. if you had just stopped and asked yourself, like, hey, is this really appropriate to say? No, I don't think it really is. And so then you decide to give a small compliment. Oh my God, I love your nails. Oh my God, I love your eyelashes. Oh my God, I love your hair. It looks very soft. What products do you use? Just bam, instantly. Makes her a lot happier, makes her more comfortable to you. And something that I have learned from not only listening to another book, which is like the human nature one, but also just like in general, the more that I think about it, we're all kids at heart. We are all literally children at heart. If you ever want to make someone comfortable to you, like whether like to either make them like you or just make them feel more comfortable, or if you want to see them more joyful, happier, whatever, if like in this case, let's say they're very sad, basically depressed, the kid inside of them is sad. Help cheer up the kid. Help cheer up that inner child. Or if they're not sad and they're having a bad day, they're just their inner child's throwing a tantrum, throwing a fit. Let them cool off. It'll go away. They're a child. They're a child at heart. Always try to entertain the child within someone. If you want them to not only like you, but also make them just feel happier, feel more comfortable with you. Because I mean, again, with like the compliment, you give that small compliment to anyone, you just made the child in them a little happier. And throughout the day, they're like, "Oh my God, I just got complimented," without really me even noticing it. Or I was having a really bad day, but now I just got complimented. Now I feel really nice. Now I feel really good about myself. So that's my approach to that. Accept responsibility. Recognize that your life reflects past choices and take charge of future actions. I mean. If you're never going to take responsibility, you're always going to play victim. You're always going to play victim, and trust me, you will not go anywhere with your life if all you do is play victim. No one will take you serious if all you do is play victim. Literally. You start blaming other people for, let's say, a project. Or in this case, let's say like for the gym. Let's say you've been really wanting to go to the gym and you went your first week really great, and then it just started slowly dying after that. You started going to the gym less and less, and whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden, like someone asks, let's say a month later, like you've completely stopped going to the gym, and someone asks you, like, "Hey, Mike, I've noticed that you haven't been going to the gym," or your coworker tells you, like, "Hey, you haven't been going to the gym. I've noticed that. Like, how come?" And you get all angry and you get embarrassed because you know you should be going, but you stopped. But you start blaming, oh, well, the weather, or you start making fun of them, or you start getting pissy at them, or you just start playing that blame game. You don't take responsibility. And it's like, that's your fault that you're not going to the gym. That's no one else's fault. If you just take responsibility and just say, you know what, you're right, I just stopped. I stopped going because I stopped getting lazy. Like, no, thank you. Like, thank you for reminding me. Like, I need to start. I need to I need to start going, and I need to start being consistent. And just accepting that responsibility, even if sometimes you don't want to, you'll almost kind of realize, like, you know what? Like, I feel a little bit better. Like, that weight is off my shoulders now. Then you can't even start doing the blame game anymore, because who can you blame? You accepted the responsibility. And then you don't feel so angry. You don't feel so tense about it anymore. Because there's nothing to be angry about or tense about. Because you were able to lift that weight off your shoulders. And I'm proud of you. Cultivate positive karma. Practice kindness, generosity, and integrity to attract favorable circumstances. Trust me, guys, when it comes to energy, and I'm a huge person when it comes to energy. If you give positive energy out, you're going to receive positive energy in. If you give a negative energy out, you're always going to receive negative energy. So when we say my life fucking sucks, like, I broke my leg and now my tire fucking popped and whatnot. Like, it is like, yes, accept reality. Like, it is okay to accept the reality and say, well, damn, like, don't try to have that high grandiosity or grandiose things, whichever term it would be, to where you start drowning out what reality is. No, learn how to accept reality, but also know how to still have positive energy out. Still be kind to others. Because being kind to someone can go a very long way. Like, have you ever met a manager who was an absolute asshole to you? I mean, an absolute asshole to you. But as you kind of stopped getting very defensive and try to, like, almost try to, like, not try to punch him or her, but you've just kind of just started being nicer. Like, you started, let's say you maybe rose your temper a little bit, but you started calming down, and you just went on a calmer level. You then started calming them down, and then you started being playful with the kid inside of them. You started making the kid inside of them feel heard, feel comfortable. And then all of a sudden they're chatting with you about the next football game, if it's a guy, or they're telling you about their kids and how they have a baby shower that they would love for you to come to. And you're like, wow, like, I've never seen this side of you. Like, what happened? All because you were just being friendly and kind. Like, hurt people. And in this world, there's always someone that's going to be angry for no apparent fucking reason. Sometimes someone's angry, someone's upset, someone's this and that. You're just like, okay, they're having a bad day. Don't make it worse. Just be kind, be positive. It's all you can really do. That's as far as I've gone. On the next episode, I am going to talk about more of the book because so far I really love it. But other than that, yeah. Sorry for just coming out of nowhere. Literally, it just came out of nowhere. Just fucking like, just, I don't know. Literally, just bam, just came out of nowhere. But yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. If I still have my listeners here, I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.